Hi, Kemi.
Hey there.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. We've been doing a little investigation, and we've heard through the grapevine that you might be the amazing woman that started the Howl, and we wanted to hear a little bit from you how that happened.
Well, I mean, I can't take all the credit. We'll get to the Howl because it was kind of Hugh's brilliant marketing behind the actual Howl. But I actually was. It sparked from a phone call with my global team. I work for a nonprofit global organization, and we had a morning conference call, and we were just kind of getting into the stay-at-home mode here in the States and asking them kind of what they had been going through and maybe some good news moments and some things that they could share that were inspiring them to have more positive attitudes as we were being faced with kind of the chaos. And they just said, you know, the crazy thing that we love is we go out on our balconies and we cheer. And then the German team spoke up and said the same thing, and the Sweden team was like, and us too. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening everywhere. They're all doing it. And it just inspired me to think, we've got to be doing this. This is something we need to bring here to the US and start at least in our little community. So I sent out a little quick text to my coffee crew that I normally have coffee with, and sent out a text that said, we need to do this and start this in our community. Quickly, we jumped on our own social networks and got the word out to as many friends and neighbors as we could, and decided to start at 8 p.m. that first evening. And it was small, but it was mighty. Like, there were little voices in the dark that you could hear, and it was pretty awesome. The next night got a little louder and a little louder, and I believe by the third night, that was when Hugh. I said it earlier, but that's when Hugh had kind of put out the post about the Howl, and it was brilliant because we do have so many coyotes here, and it is something that kind of is part of our community, is these coyotes. And I thought it was just this perfect idea of a Howl, and it really caught on and really brought the attention that was needed for the community. It started actually in Wuhan, where they had kind of said, it heard voices saying, keep up the fight. And then it eventually grew to Europe, where they were singing arias or giving sports howls, or, you know, whatever was kind of their thing to do. So it seems like each little area has adopted their howl. And I think we have a pretty cool little howl.
Yeah, the Howl really fits the community and the Marin community, being surrounded by such beautiful nature and learning also from animals in how they communicate with each other.
I agree. It's perfect. And the dogs join in now, and we have trumpet players, and we have, you know, loud horns that are going, and it kind of, everybody's developed their own little howl, but it definitely has grown. And I hear it's happening. Howls are happening across the U.S. in different little cities. So things are definitely spreading.
Yeah, quickly it has been picked up by many media who have started to write about it.
Yeah. So, which is exactly what I wanted to see happen. I knew it was happening in Europe, and I just wanted it to spread through the U.S. and especially our little community.
Yeah, it's amazing how such a. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
It's amazing how such a tandem response of you initiating and planting a seed, and you building upon that with great marketing on Nextdoor kind of really amplifies what doing things together can mean for a community, and how, you know, this is appreciation to the people at the forefront, the frontline workers, but it's also a way to kind of release some of the stress and connect with others.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's what it boils down to, is truly that appreciation that we can show, but also our own little, you know, voices that need to be heard. And it's still going on each night, now that it's not even dark anymore. It used to be voices in the dark, and you'd be like, oh, I can hear it over there, and I can hear it over there. Now it's getting lighter and lighter, and you're still hearing the voices. Every night it's still happening. And I don't know, maybe it'll continue. Maybe it'll be once a week or, but I think it'll continue as long as we are all still at home.
Yeah, how do you see it growing? Do you?
I don't know. I think it still could. I think even when this is over, there's got to be there's still going to be appreciation, and there's still going to be some acknowledgement for what we're going through still, even as things start to lighten. It's not going away. This virus is here for a while, and I think it'll be a constant little reminder of there's still good. We've still got each other, and we still have amazing people out there supporting us.
If we could dream out loud, and being at the forefront of starting such a great initiative, what would be a good, what would be a good vision or outlook for where we can bring this together as a community?
A weekly howl. Let's continue a weekly howl. Like the Mill Valley Howl happens every Friday night at 8:00 for the rest of forever, and it would have a story to tell.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's places who have a clock tower that goes off at, noon and 5 or whatever. Maybe we have our Mill Valley Howl that happens at Friday at 8, so it's not so overwhelming, or even Monday at 8, some random day. But
right, like the peace protest that's happening in Mill Valley, for example, on every Friday.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
That's a really good idea. Maybe that's something we can work towards.
Yeah, I think it would be great, and I'm sure we'd have Hugh on board as well. So
Nice.
Well, Kemi, thank you so much. I think we got a little bit further in the investigation in how the howl started.
Sure.
We're happy to be part of the pack with you.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. It's such a great term too, to be able to have a pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you guys.
Bye. Hear
Bye-bye.
you tonight.
Hear you tonight.